Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost. Peekaboo. I can already tell I'm gonna be shady boots down in this video. I can just feel it in my blood pumping through my veins today. Peekaboo, I see you because I'm shady YouTube famous now. Available Christmas 2024, the album. Dad, shimmy, shimmy, F. I'm dreaming of a fuzzy lipstick Christmas. With a business Jaclyn Hill never owned, but she still calls it her business. Please, how are you guys doing today? Okay. Well, I had several different videos that I was thinking about making today. I was going to make a Michaela Nogueira video. I have a James Charles video that I was going to make. I was going to do a Simply Kenna video today. We're going to go back to the days of Simply Kenna. I had some videos. I was going to make an Amber Lynn Reid video possibly today. But then I was looking through kind of like my notes. So I keep a list of videos that I want to make over here, right? And receipts that people send to me and things like that. So let me kind of tell you how this video is coming. Hold on a second. Let me check my lip gloss. Let me check my Chanel lip gloss to make sure. I don't think she has any fuzzies on her. But anyway, I don't think my Nivea, hold on a second. Let's see. Oh, look. my Nivea lip balm, it doesn't have any fuzzies on it either. Probably because they go to a good factory. But anyway, so let me tell you how this video is being made today, all right? So several weeks ago, I started getting sent this TikTok that Jaclyn Hill did, right? And this TikTok is, I'll put like some pictures up here so you guys can see it while I'm talking about it. She's got music on in the background, so I can't play it because, you know, YouTube doesn't like that. But it's this TikTok, and it was this trend, okay? And I'll be real honest with you, I didn't really get it, okay? I mean, I got what she was saying, but I didn't get the trend. And that's why I even talked about it in a video, like, right after people, so, like, the day that it happened, that she posted it, I just got bombarded with messages of people sending it to me, right? And so, by the way, if you send me anything from Jaclyn Hill, like, people, like, will watch her stories, and then they'll, like, tag me in it, or they'll send it to me, or, like, her reels or whatever. It just comes up unavailable for me because Jaclyn Hill has me blocked on Instagram, okay? But don't fear, okay? Don't fear at all. I have side accounts. So all you have to do is message me, did you see what Jaclyn Hill posted on her Instagram story? Then I go on my side account, and then I can go see Jaclyn Hill's stories or something like that, okay? So when people, because people all the time, okay? They'll tag me and stuff and on Instagram. And when they tag me and stuff, I know it's two people because two people have me blocked. It's Jeffree Star and Jaclyn Hill. And so I always know whenever they tag me and stuff, but it's usually Jaclyn Hill because Jeffree Star, nobody cares about him anymore, right? Nobody really cares about Jaclyn Hill either. But so it's so funny because it'll just come up like video unavailable for me, like when they tag me in it. I'm like, what is it? I always say like, what is it? Or I can't see it or whatever, right? And they're like, oh, I forgot you. People always say this too. They're like, oh, I forgot you were blocked by Jaclyn Hill. So just if you message me, like if you want me to see like a story of hers or whatever, just be like, hey, go look at Jaclyn's story, and then I'll go over her side account. Because I know, listen, I don't go over there every day, okay? I just don't. And my Instagram, the people that I follow on my Instagram are like senior dog rescues. Oh my God, this one senior dog rescue that I follow, it's called Vintage Dog Rescue, and they're all like older dogs, like 10 years plus. And oh my God, it makes me so happy. And they're the sweetest dogs in the entire world. But anyway, so I started getting sent this TikTok that Jaclyn Hill had done, okay? And it was like this trend, and here, I'll put the pictures up here somewhere. So anyway, somebody said the other day in one of my videos, I think it was on my Peter Watches TV channel, so for those of you that don't know, I have a new channel that I started about a year ago, and it's called Peter Watches TV, and like I'm doing daily videos over there almost, where I'm covering like sister wives, 1,000-pound sisters, 1,000-pound best friends, but then I do a lot of like the top trending shows. Like I just did Kings of Tupelo yesterday. I do a lot of true crime over there. John Benet Ramsey case, Scott Peterson case, things like that. The Ashley Madison case that was on Netflix. And then today I'm actually going to cover the new show that just came out called 1992 because I finished that last night. And some Christmas movies we're going to do over there before Christmas and stuff like that. But anyway, somebody commented on my Peter Watches TV channel. They said, I'm always so proud of Peter when he remembers to include pictures. Now, I know as I say this, you guys are probably laughing because I probably forgot to include the pictures. But anyway, okay. So here we go. So Jaclyn Hill did this TikTok, and apparently it's like this trend, okay? And on the TikTok here, I'm gonna look at it while we're talking about it. On the TikTok, let me pull it up. I had it pulled up right here. So on the TikTok, let me turn my volume down. Rewind it. Okay, it says, I mean, honestly, who cares about a little hair and their lipstick? And she's showing all these lipsticks, and then she shows the lipstick and she's holding it, right? And it's like her lipstick from back in the day. Well, people were sending it to me, and they were like, oh my God, this is like, you know, like, so tone deaf, like, she doesn't understand, like, it's a little bit too soon and things like that, right? And I didn't really, okay, so I understood all that. I understood, like, her making jokes about, like, the hair and the lipsticks and things like that. Well, first of all, it wasn't just hair, okay? And she at the time said fuzzies. It's kind of like, over time, like, it's interesting because one of the comments she says is like, I should write a book one day, which we'll get into the comments in just a second. But she keeps on saying, like, you know, like, oh, if you knew the truth and whatever, just come out and, why would you not just come out and tell the truth? Like, that's what I don't understand, okay? Like, if you're constantly criticized for something that happened 5 years ago, and you're now at a point where you make jokes about it, then just come out. Like, why write a book about it? Why not just make a video about it? I mean, Jaclyn, you're all about the money, okay? You could do a get ready with me and list 30 Amazon items you don't disclose ever, okay? You could do a full sponsored video and call it, here's the truth about the lipsticks. That video would probably garner you 1 million views. And girl, I'm telling you, it wouldn't hurt for you to do a video that might get you 1 million views these days, okay? So if you're so threatening to always come out and tell your truth, okay? Or like Jordan said on the podcast, your husband, like, if people really knew the truth, why don't you just come out in video and tell the truth, all right? You're not any part of the company anymore. Forma owned the company anyway, and they closed it down because you didn't want to buy your own company back from Forma, and we know that. So anyway, why don't you just, instead of writing a book, okay, ain't nobody gonna buy a book about the lipsticks. If you wrote a book tomorrow called Jaclyn Hill's Lipsticks, okay, 3 drama channels would read it, okay, and to cover it, and then everybody else would watch our videos. Nobody's buying that book, okay? And I know that that was a joke. But you should do a video, actually. You actually should do a video because you've threatened it so many times. If people knew the truth, I'm going to come out one day and tell the truth. I can't wait to tell the truth. If I wrote a book, if people just knew what really happened behind the scenes, why don't you just make a video and do it, girl? I just don't understand, okay? Like, I say this a lot in videos. I'm not talking about, like, minor little things that happen or minor little scandals that you have to address, but in Jaclyn Hill's history of being online, this is probably the biggest scandal she's ever been in, okay? The biggest scandal. So why would you not just, if there's so much truth to tell that people don't know about, girl, make the video, okay? I mean, you always say you don't know what to make videos about. There's a really good, and in there you could talk about what part of the company you did own, and I think what she means to say is, I don't know how to make a video and tell my truth. Not, you know when people say there's like my truth, their truth, and then somewhere the real truth is in the middle of it? Well, there's like Jaclyn's truth, and then there's the truth. You know what I mean? Like, Jaclyn kind of doesn't really live in the truth of things, right? And it's like when you tell yourself a lie long enough that, you know, we've all done this before, where you tell yourself a lie long enough that you start to believe it. Like, Jaclyn Hill has told herself the lie that she owned this company so long that she believes it, right? So I don't really know, and she knows that there's enough of us behind the scenes, not just drama channels, okay? There's enough people in the makeup industry, the beauty industry, not just on YouTube, okay? But like in the, you know, legit makeup industry. There's enough people that know what really went down with whether or not she owned that company. I mean, there's lawyers, there's attorneys. I mean, there's court papers saying that she never owned it. You know, all that kind of stuff. Jen Love's documented the whole thing with all the court papers. I mean, there's so many of us that know the truth about Jaclyn Cosmetics. And the fact that she still gets in videos and calls them her lipsticks is a little bit, I mean, it's kind of like, whenever she says my lipsticks, I'm always kind of like, oh girl, you still believe that? That's cute. That's, okay, but if you're going to believe that, then why don't you come out and you actually address it? If you want to own that, then own the scandal too. And then if you want to continue to talk about how you can't wait to come out and tell the truth. I mean, girl, you've been teasing the truth for 5 years, all right? So anyway, so people were sending me this TikTok. Well, the reason I didn't cover it at the time was because I didn't understand the trend, okay? Y'all, listen. I do not understand the TikTok. I don't understand the trends. I don't understand the challenges. I mean, are they still doing the ice water challenge over there? Are they still doing the cinnamon challenge? Girl, I am so old when it comes to these challenges. I don't get them. I don't get the trending videos that everybody does on the TikTok. I don't care about all that, okay? I'm too busy watching Sister Wives and taking notes, okay, on Cody Brown. So I don't understand all the trends on TikTok. So I was like, well, if I get in a video and I say this, okay, and I'm like, oh, she's making jokes about the lipsticks, then people will be like, oh no, it's just a trend. Did you not know this? And so I even said it in the video. I said people had sent it to me, blah, 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 whatever. So I didn't end up making that video, okay? But Sesh did make that video. She made it 3 weeks ago. And so a couple people sent it to me at that time and I didn't watch it. Well, today I was like at my computer and I was looking up stuff and Sesh's video came up. It was like, you know, recommended to me. And so I was like, oh, let me watch this video and see what she has to say about Jaclyn Hill and the lipsticks. So I went over. The video is called, hold on. The video is from 3 weeks ago. And it is called Jaclyn Hill in Trouble. You mean is in trouble or Jaclyn Hill in trouble? But Jaclyn Hill is in trouble. I don't know. Anyway, Jaclyn Hill in trouble, but she doesn't care, okay? I think actually it would have been a better title if you would have called it, because you left out is in trouble. You said is. You just put in. I think it would have been a better title if you would have put Jaclyn Hill in trouble, but she don't care, girl. She don't. She do. That's what I would have called it. I'm actually going to call it that. I'm going to call it Jaclyn Hill in trouble, girl. She don't care, she do. That's what I'm going to call my video. Oh, my God. Thank you, Christy, for it. Okay, so I watched the video. It's 10 minutes and 29 seconds. It's sitting at 114,000 views. The video is actually very well done. It really, really is. And it goes in there, and like one of the first things that Christy says, now I'm going to poke a little fun. This is all just in shade and jest, okay? It's the holiday season, and let's just get ready to poke some fun at our family members when we go over there for Christmas, you know? I know that Aunt Judy can't handle it, okay? After she's had, you know... I almost call Bartles and James. Whenever I say that, people are like, what? I'm like, listen, that shows your age. Bartles and James were wine coolers. I know people are like, what are wine coolers, okay? Wine coolers are like the 1980s, 1990s version, not even 1990s, probably 1980s version. They came in glass bottles. Do you remember the Bartles and James? They had like glass bottles and at the top it was like gold on it, you know? But Bartles and James are like wine spritzers, kind of, okay? Wine coolers are kind of like the Trulies of today, okay? Or what are the other, you know, those canned wine drinks. That's what they are, okay? That's what Bartles and James was back in the day. But there weren't like 15 brands of them and they didn't have probiotics and they weren't healthy for you to drink, okay? They just give you a really shitty hangover the next day. But anyway, I was going to say Bartles and James, but I almost said Barnes & Noble. But what was I talking about? Anyway, so, okay, so I'm watching Christy's video, and I'm like, oh, this is like a really well done video. She shows all the pictures of the lipsticks that I've used in every thumbnail that I did back in the day, and all this kind of stuff. Oh, this is what I was going to say. At the beginning of the video, she says, somebody actually commented on it. It was like the top comment, which I thought was kind of funny. Somebody said, she said, do you remember the lipstick scandal? LOL, like it was yesterday, baby, somebody said. So at the very beginning of it, Christy says, do you remember the Jaclyn Hill's lipstick scandal? And I'm like... Yeah, I only made 42 videos about it. But, okay, you know, I forgot. Okay, this is the Christmas shade. Oh, I was talking about Aunt Judy and her Bartles and James. See, I always remember it, okay? If you wiggle your toes, it sets off neurons in your brain, and then you'll remember whatever you forgot. Remember that, okay, if you want to remember something. You just wiggle your toes, and then you'll remember it. I was wiggling my toes. I wasn't wiggling my toes to remember. I was just wiggling my toes for no reason. I don't know. I'm kind of cold in here right now. But then it set off the neurons in my brain. I was like, oh, that's what you were talking about. So there will be a little shade in this video, because it's just to get us, like, prepared, okay? Because, like, Aunt Judy, that has, like, maybe 2 or 3 Barnes... See, I was going to say Barnes & Noble again. Bartles and James wine spritzers, coolers, okay? And then she starts getting real lippy at Christmas, and you got to put her in her place, and you got to, you know, like, that's what you have to do sometimes, just put people in her place. Just like when Christy came out and said, I mean, Christy is literally the God's gift to the drama community, because I don't know what we did without Christy. I don't know what we did without Sesh. I will say this. I do live for the fact that she did a face reveal, and then after her face reveal, she came back and hit her face again. I don't know why, but now she's in all of her videos. Oh my God. Okay, so I thought for Christmas, we would do a face reveal. Are you ready? It's a face reveal. Okay, so I'm like, I think face reveals are so boring if you want to know the truth, okay? I'm never like, it's, oh, girl, oh my God. I would love if somebody did a face reveal and it was like Robin or Cody Brown from Sister Wives. That would be a fucking face reveal. Can you imagine if Robin Brown from Sister Wives, if she, or like Amy Slayton, can you imagine, this would be the best. Amy and Tammy Slayton have like, I mean, what if Sesh had come out and Sesh was not Christy, she was actually Amy and Tammy Slayton. Oh my God, I would have lived all day long, but for those of us that actually were around back in the old days of drama, okay, we know that Amy Slayton can't edit to save her life, okay? I mean, she'd throw up a deep fried Twinkie and be like, this is the last time I'm ever eating a deep fried Twinkie for y'all. Okay, hey y'all, it's Amy. But, you know, like I was saying, thank God for Christy, you know, because what would we do before then, you know? Like, when Christy came out and said there was nobody covering drama commentary, you know, before, you know, Dramageddon back at that time, I'm like, there wasn't? Oh, that must be why you're asking people if they remember the lipstick scandal. Baby, I remember all the Jaclyn Hill scandals. I remember the canceled dress. I remember the Halloween party. Girl, I remember it all, okay? I remember Becca Cosmetics, and that was a long time before the lipsticks ever happened. Okay? I remember the Marlene Estelle thing happened. Girl... But I guess we're thankful for you, because if it wasn't for you, girl, I don't know, nobody was covering drama back then. There just was nobody around. I mean, definitely not Sanders Kennedy and Karina Kaboom before me, you know? Definitely not Here for the Tea or Paige Christie or Dustin Daly or Nick Snyder from The Viewer's Voice or Rich Lex. I mean, none of us were covering drama back in the day, girl. Thank God you came along. It's a Christmas fucking miracle. But anyway, I did watch her video. And I thought her video, that's a little shade, Christy. That's a little Christmas shade. Okay, we're being funny. We're being cute with each other. See, back in the day, like the drama channels, we could kind of like shade each other and it was real cute. You can't do that today. You can't do that today. First of all, like, if you call, like, a receipt-driven channel, like a drama channel, they get real offended by that. They're like, oh my God, I did 4 months of research. You did 4 months of research? I watched a video and sat down, and that's why people are like, well, that's why you only get 5,000 views a video. Well, I mean, I got Sister Wives to watch, okay? I don't got the time to be looking through these receipts the way that people used to do back in the day. And Christy, as much as I love watching her videos, okay, every one of those pictures, you literally Google search Jaclyn Hill lipsticks, and every picture that she used in her video just comes right up. She just saved. Girl, I've used them in all my thumbnails. Those pictures, I know every one of those pictures. Don't take a lot of research, but girl, you did a good job in your video. She did a very good job of concisely, within under 10 minutes, explaining Jaclyn Hill and this TikTok, and then also explaining Lipstick Gate, okay? Which Lipstick Gate, for those of you that don't remember, okay, was when Jaclyn Hill released, and this is all just some shade about Christy. This is what I was going to say. Okay, back in the day, we could all shade each other, the drama channels. Okay, you think we don't behind the scenes? You think we don't? I mean, Dustin Daly, about 3 times a week, okay, texts me and says, y'all bitch, and stuff like that. I mean, we are all so shady to each other behind the scenes, and that's kind of like what was fun about being drama channels back then. We all shaded each other back in the day, and it was so fun. But today, it's like, if you call a commentary channel a drama channel, oh, no, ma'am, I don't even know what a commentary channel is. They talk about the commentary boys. Who are they? Is that a gang? I don't know, okay? That scares me. I'm like, oh my God, I'm too old for that shit, okay? Are we gonna rumble in the streets? Because I don't understand that, okay? But people take this shit so seriously today. Baby, I'm just a drama channel, okay? I'm just a drama channel. There is this TikToker, all right? And he is so nice because he's very complimentary of me. His name is Andrew Case. And the other day he was talking, he did this, what do you call it? This TikTok. And something about Michaela Nogueira. No, that was the other one. That was where he mentioned me. But then he does this one, he's talking about how drama channels get a bad rap. Like, you can't even say that you're a drama channel. Well, I didn't say I was a drama channel when I first started. Oh, no, ma'am. Me, a drama channel. No, ma'am. I'm a candle review company, okay? Let's get that straight right now. I am not a drama channel, okay? I didn't own that shit for a good 6 months. But then I owned it, okay? But back in the day, it was like I am a gossip, tea, shit-talking drama channel. That's what I am, okay? And Christy, that's what you are too. But you just don't know that because you take yourself so seriously, okay? And I do hope that you become the next Barbara Walters. I do, okay? I do. But listen, you're probably not going to get there doing videos about Jaclyn Hill's lipsticks, okay? Because if you were, one of us would have got there a long time ago. But I'm just saying, okay? But no, she did a great job in this video of talking about things that we all covered 5 years ago when apparently we weren't around covering those things. I don't know. It's all such a fucking joke to me. But anyway, okay. I mean, when I heard that, I mean, I was literally like watching this interview and she's like, I mean, there was nobody covering drama. I was like, the fuck I was. And I was pulling ring lights out at 3 a.m. when some shit would pop off. What are you talking about? Girl, you were studying for your high school exams, okay? And I was covering Dramageddon 1. Are you kidding me? Drama channels weren't covering this shit back in the day. But let's all have a good laugh about it, okay? Girl, when I'm out in LA, we'll go have dinner. Or not. But anyway, so, So I watched this video of hers. No, but in all sincerity, okay, in all sincerity, she did a very nice job in this video, reminding us all about the lipstick and lipstick gate and all this kind of stuff. And so I'm watching this, and I'm like reading some of the comments underneath there, and people are like, blah, blah. And she said a lot of the things in the video that I have said previously as well, okay? And I think a lot of people stand behind. That basically, well, kind of. It's interesting when I watch her videos because she kind of presents, she does something that's very smart, okay? Christy and Sesh does something that's very, very smart, all right? Which all of us drama channels should have learned 8 years ago when we started our channels, which is just take the middle of the road, okay? Don't ever have an opinion about anything. Just present the facts and then say, what do you think about it, okay? And when we got ourselves in a lot of trouble back in the day because we would say shit and then it would like fuck us because people would be like, you hate Jaclyn, you have a hate boner for Jaclyn Hill, or you hate Jeffree Star. Then it like really effed with us, okay? Because the super fans came from us. So like the new generation of the drama channels, the ones that saved us because there wasn't anybody covering drama channels before or drama before, they came along and they learned, okay? Now, I think the commentary boys, are they the ones that rumble in the streets like West Side Story? I don't know. But they do have an opinion, and I will tell you this, okay? I live for that, okay? I couldn't tell you one of their names, not one of them, but they show up on my recommended, and I watch their videos, and I'm like, damn, if I say some of the things that they say, oh my God, oh no, I'd be canceled tomorrow. They sit there and I gotta start doing these reaction videos. I'm gonna start putting the screen in the corner. I'm just gonna start reacting to videos. That's 2025, okay? So, I mean, everybody's doing it. Adam McIntyre's doing all kind of stuff, blah, blah, blah. One of the things I do madly respect about Adam McIntyre is that, first of all, I mean, he's been around for a while. I think people forget that about Adam McIntyre. I think they think that he got his, come up off of Colleen Ballinger, but that's not the truth, okay? I mean, yeah, he got some subscribers off that, rightfully so. He should have, okay? He got to meet Mariah fucking Carey. Can we just talk about that for a second? That is so cool. I am so happy for him, all right? But Adam McIntyre was busting his ass doing the same drama videos that we were doing day in and day out, and always had mad respect for us that had been there before him, And I think that that's important in any place you're at. Like, I've always had mad respect for the people that came before me, Michael Buckley. Without What the Buck, I would not be sitting here on this bed today filming this video. I think it's important to have respect for the people that came before you, that paved the road before you. Now, I wish I was getting the views that Michael Buckley got back in the day. What happened to him? He's a life coach now on YouTube, okay? But I miss the days that he sat with a suit and a tie. I mean, he covered that shit like nobody's business. I mean, he had it figured out back in the day, okay? So anyway, what was I saying? But Adam McIntyre always, had mad respect for all of us. And, would talk to us. And, hey, I've watched your videos for a while. And thank you, blah, 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 and such. And, I thought that was really, really cool. But anyway, what was I saying about all this kind of stuff? I don't know what I was talking about. Oh my God, wiggle my toes, wiggle my toes. What was I talking about? Adam McIntyre meeting Mariah Carey. I was going to sing a Mariah Carey for a second. Emotion. I can't think of a Mariah Carey song right now. But anyway, what was I talking about? Anyway, it doesn't matter. So, I'm watching this video, okay? And I'm like, all these people are like, I know this is going to bring me back to what I was thinking about with the drama channels back in the day. But, this is what I was going to say. The commentary channels. Oh my God, I will sit there. Oh, so that's how I got to it. See, I wiggled my toes and I got back to it. Okay. So, Adam McIntyre does the reaction videos with the film up in the corner, and a lot of people are doing that. Dustin does it now, and everybody does it, okay? All the commentary boys, the Rumble, the West Side Story guys. I'm gonna call them the West Side Story guys, okay? Are there girls in the commentary boys? I don't know, okay? I don't know if they're allowed, okay? I don't know anything about that, but they should be, okay? So anyway, but I'm gonna start doing the reaction videos, okay? Because when I watch those videos of those guys, and they say the maddest shit. They'll show something, and then they'll pull. I'm talking about not necessarily Adam in this, but he does kind of the same thing on his, he live streams and then he posts videos. But these commentary guys, they'll do it, and they'll stop it, and they'll go, oh, he's full of shit. He's fucked. He needs to get, I'm like, oh my God, I'm living for this all day long, So I don't know. Do I have to rumble somebody to get into the commentary? I don't even care. Listen, I'm a candle review company. But anyway, so I'm like, I love that honesty though, that raw honesty of having an opinion. But it fucked us. See, I came full circle, didn't I? I came right back to it. But it fucked us back in the day, okay? Because then what would happen is, if we said something against Jeffree Star, the Jeffree Star super fans would come for us, okay? If we said something about Trisha Paytas, the Trisha Paytas super fans. Trisha Paytas is a good example of this, okay? If I say something positive about Trisha Paytas, hey, congratulations for being on Saturday Night Live. I think that's awesome that she got to be on that. I think that's a cool opportunity, right? All the Trisha Paytas haters, all the people that are holding, well, not just the haters, but the people that can think for themselves and actually hold her accountable for the mad shit she's done, right? Are like, why are you giving her props for this, okay? And then so then if I come out in the next video and I go, well, I think Trisha Paytas lied about her reason why she took the Jeffree Star podcast down, then the people that are Trisha Paytas lovers are like, you're never fair to Trisha, so you can't win. So what the new drama channels realized was, just present the facts and let the audience think for themselves. It was so smart, wasn't it? It was so, see, they learned. This is why I say, we ran so you could, you know, we crawled so you could run kind of thing, right? So, like, that's the truth. Because they looked at us and they go, oh, no, this is fucking them, right? This is fucking them. So I'm just going to present the information, put it out in a 10-minute video, just like that. Pop them up, pop them up, pop them up. Get massive views. And they do. And she did a great job of her video of covering Lipstick Gate and what happened in the TikToks. Now, in watching it, though, it was interesting to me because she was talking about the idea of, when is it too soon to joke about this? Okay, so this is the thing. Well, the one thing she missed about it was the talking about Morphe owning Jaclyn Cosmetics, okay? So we'll get to that in just a second. Now, maybe because it didn't really fit into the entirety of this, but it does really fit into this. Now, my videos are obviously a lot longer than Christy's, okay? And I'll be honest with you, I watch, you know, a lot of Spill Sesh videos. Well, I mean, when there's something that I know about, I'll watch her videos, and I think that they're very well done. I'm giving her a lot of shade today, but it's just like all tongue-in-cheek. I'm trying to be cute, fun. It's the holidays, okay? I like her videos, and I think she does a very good job of concisely stating the information. I'd like to hear more of an opinion from her if you want to know the truth, okay? I like to hear people's opinions. That's why I rode that middle of the road for a while, okay? When people were coming at me from all sides, I was like, oh no, get away, get away. And then I was like, I'm just going to ride the middle of the road. And then people were like, you don't ever share your opinion anymore. So I started sharing my opinion, okay? And then, people didn't like that. Oh, no, they didn't. But you know what? At the end of the day, the only thing you got is an opinion, and we all got one. You know, they say it's like assholes. But anyway, I actually think Karina Kabim, I quoted that from her. I mean, I know people have been saying that for years and years and years. But anyway, Karina Kabim, okay, so she's doing Amberlyn Reed. We don't need to talk about all that. So anyway, so I'm watching this video, and she's talking about, you know, is it too soon for Jaclyn Hill to come out? I don't know if she covers a lot of Jaclyn Hill. I think she does her, like, maybe when something huge happens or something like that, or it's a slow day in drama. I think a slow day in drama is probably when Chrissy does, like, a Jaclyn Hill video, okay? Whereas, like, I do Jaclyn Hill videos all the time. So when she's talking about, like, is it too soon, like, people are saying, is it too soon for her to make this joke? And she's reading the comments under a TikTok, which we'll get to in just a second. I'm thinking, Jaclyn Hill's been doing this. I've covered it. She's been doing this since the lipsticks, okay? You know, 6 months after the lipsticks came out, she said she rose like a phoenix from the ashes. That was the first thing that she came out and said, like, you know, I will survive. You know, go back out that door. Whatever that song is by, I don't know how I don't know that song by heart. You know, I've heard it a million times. But anyway, that was her coming out and saying, I've come out from the ashes like a phoenix. Y'all remember that? I do, because I don't think there were any drama channels covering it at the time. But if there were drama channels covering it at the time, I was covering it at the time. I covered it at the time. But anyway, so she came out and said she was like a phoenix rising from the ashes and how hard it was and how tough it was for her and blah, 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 and all that kind of stuff. Then she came out, and a huge part of Chrissy's video is she shows this other Instagram story where Jaclyn's talking about how this was like a really, really hard time for her, and she shows these two different pictures, like the announcement of the lipsticks, of giving the refund, and then 3 weeks later, 21 days later, of like how like her face looks, and she looks bloated and things like that. And she's like, you know, you can tell the difference in my face, that like, and she's talking about how it was like all from alcohol, and that she's on this, you know, alcohol-free journey now. Congratulations to you. And, you know, she said like she hit her rock bottom. It's interesting to me that she says her rock bottom, because rock bottom is a term that we use when it comes to addiction. That is that's an alcoholic addict term. So I didn't realize that Jaclyn Hill identified as an alcoholic. I've never heard her say that before in a video, and I'm not going to put that on her. That's not my place. I'm very proud of her for her alcoholic journey, or her alcohol journey of not drinking. And I think she's inspiring a lot of people. And I've said that in countless videos, and I'm not going to, I stand by that. I think that her sharing her journey online is really inspiring to a lot of people, okay? I don't know how I necessarily feel as like if everything in Jaclyn Hill's life always has to be a selling point, okay? I don't love that she's turned it into, let me sell this mocktail, let me sell this poppy drink because this is what got me sober, and blah, 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 whatever. And I've said that before, there ain't no poppy drink in the world that's going to get you sober. Do I believe that at that time that was a huge issue for her, and that she resorted to going to alcohol because of what was going on with the lipsticks? 100%. She's come out and talked about that at the beginning of her journey. She came out in her Jaclyn's Journeys and she talked about that. Yeah, she's talked about it several times. So it's not surprising to me that she came out in an Instagram story. I already knew that. you know? I already knew that. And do I think that's true? 100% I think it's true. I think she was under a massive amount of stress at that time, and she turned to alcohol, you know? I think she said alcohol and food back in the day. So, yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense to me, you know, that she did that. But after that point, with the lipsticks rising from the ashes, and then she started Jaclyn's journey, which, you know, people were like, well, why aren't you doing this, and why aren't you doing that, blah, blah, blah. Then she was like, I can't handle the criticism, so she stopped Jaclyn's journey. But then she started making jokes. The camera stopped her at the 30-minute mark. So then she... Us old school drama channels, girl. We go long over here, okay? Us old school drama channels, and we don't edit either. So, but then she started coming out and making jokes. I remember, like, one of the first ones was when she was cutting the fuzzies off of the Chanel purse that she had, and it was an Instagram, like, story or a TikTok or something. It's probably still up. And she said something about, oh, is this where the fuzzies from the lipsticks came from? Then she did another thing where she said something about, like, a badass CEO comes from, like, you know, these shitty lipsticks to now. Then she did another one where she talked about, you know, like she was using the lipstick. It was like in a TikTok or an Instagram reel or something, using the lipsticks and talking about, like, imagine being canceled for these lipsticks and you're still using them 3 years later. And that was kind of the turnaround when people were like, oh my God, those were my favorite lipsticks. I love those so much and blah, 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 whatever, okay? And so a lot of people were, like, siding with her. And I think she was trying to kind of feel out what was going on. But you have to remember at that time, and I watched Jaclyn very closely, okay? At that time, what was going on, I don't watch her as closely today, but I was at that time. She would put a joke out, and then it would fall flat, and then what she would do is 2 or 3 weeks later, she would turn around, and it was a cry me a river moment of the lipsticks were the hardest shit that I ever went through, okay? And they caused me to drink, and they caused me this, and they caused me that, and blah, blah, blah. And then she would turn it into this real sympathetic moment, okay? And then everybody would feel real bad for Jaclyn. And then the next thing you knew, she was making another fuzzy lipstick joke about it. Well, it wasn't just fuzzies, okay? It was dirt. It was hair. It was, you know, some people had glass metal shards in there. I mean, there was supposedly mold on the lipsticks. It was bad, okay? I mean, it was a really bad situation. To the point where she allegedly gave refunds to everybody. It was interesting because when I was reading the comments on Christy's thing, Christy talks about she shows the section in there where she gives all the refunds back, and underneath there, somebody commented, I actually could probably pull it up right now. I think it was one of the first comments on here. Oh, here it is, right here. Somebody said, a shit ton of people never got any refund, not just 100% refund, no refund at all. It was so chaotic when this all went down that the company was first refusing to refund, and then they didn't exactly update the customers when they had changed their minds and started refunding. So a lot of people missed out, and Jaclyn is pretending no money was made. And this has 350 likes. I was not really aware of that. Every time I make a Jaclyn video, people are always like, everybody got a refund. Jaclyn has stood by the fact that everybody got a refund. I think that's interesting. I don't know. This is Christy's video, not mine, okay? I would dive into that a little bit deeper. I might, on my end, look into it, but I think it's interesting that she got that comment on her video. Because I think that is really a scandal right there. I was not aware of that, and I've covered this for a long time. I mean, I've heard people here and there say, oh, I didn't get a refund, but most people said they got a full refund. So, and kept their lipsticks, and loved their lipsticks, a lot of people said. So the fact that people are saying, 350 people are liking this, and this is one of the top comments, that a lot of people didn't even get a refund at all, and they, you know, all this kind of stuff. Now, customer service was fucked up at first. I do remember that. Because Jaclyn was like, just direct message me directly or whatever, and then they were like calling and they weren't getting a response. There was a delayed response between what Jaclyn was putting out there and what customer service was doing, okay? Well, in retrospect, I think what that was Jaclyn has said from the get-go that this was a family-owned business. We know now, and this was the missing part from Christy's video, okay? We know now that Jaclyn Hill, Jaclyn Cosmetics, was not a family-owned business. She may at first put the $150 down to go buy the LLC that is issued in her name, but then we know that she sold it to Forma Brands, which also owned Morphe, okay? We know that. We know that because when Forma owned Jaclyn Cosmetics, I think they still have it listed on their website, okay? They had like 4 businesses that they owned, and it was Morphe and Jaclyn Cosmetics that Forma Brands owned. So we know that, okay? Because it would go to their website. I've done this a million times. I showed it in a bunch of videos. It would say our brands, and Jaclyn Cosmetics was listed under it, right? When Jen Loves found the documentary, or the documentation of the court records, Jaclyn Hill was not listed as a CEO, as a partner, as a CFO. She wasn't listed as any kind of managing partner whatsoever. She was listed as somebody that was paid a set sum, and I think it was like $100,000 or $200,000, basically to be the face of Jaclyn Cosmetics, okay? And that's what she was. What I think happened in retrospect was, I think they owned the company to help it get to where they wanted it to get. So I think they were probably 95 managing percent partner, okay, of Jaclyn Cosmetics. And I think that what they did was, because she was the face of it, and if it didn't have Jaclyn behind it, let's just say if it was Judy Smith Cosmetics, Morphe and Forma, we're not going to be invested in Jaclyn Cosmetics, because Judy Smith Cosmetics, that nobody knows, is not going to sell anything. So they needed Jaclyn Hill to sell Jaclyn Cosmetics the way that Jaclyn Cosmetics needed Forma to invest in her to be able to sell the amount that she wanted to sell. So it was like this, it was a reciprocal relationship. So do I think that they let Jaclyn Hill pick out the colors and name the palettes and things like that? 100% I do. I think that, yes. Do I think that she came up with the formulas? Fuck no, I don't think she did. Do I think that Linda from Morphe and all this kind of stuff took her around to factories and acted like she was playing house? 100%. Do I think that Forma had the ultimate decision over that? Yes. Do I think that Jaclyn Hill took the fall for all of it? 100%. And I don't know why she still stands by that today, unless she signed some huge NDA that she can't speak out against Forma Brands. That's why she says things like, well, if I could write a book, or I'll tell you the truth, or whatever, but she never comes out with the truth. The only thing I can think is that she signed an NDA. But we all know, I mean, it's like, I'm trying to give an example, but like when you know somebody and they like just keep on telling a story like it's the truth, but everybody around them knows it's a fucking lie. Like Jaclyn keeps on saying, my businesses, my this. They weren't your businesses, Jaclyn. We know that now, okay? We know that you never owned Jaclyn Cosmetics. We know that. I mean, you may have owned it for 30 days when you filed the LLC, but after that you sold it to Forma. We know that, all right? That's fact. It's factual evidence. I mean, there's court, when people want to come over here and be like, that's not true, there's court documents. You go look it up. It's public record, okay? So the fact that she's coming out now and making jokes about it, well, the fact that she didn't own her own business, okay, plays into her making jokes about it. This is not the first joke that Jaclyn Hill has made about the lipsticks. She's been doing it for the last 3 to 4 years. My issue with it is that Jaclyn feels that she is entitled to who and when can make jokes about it. That if she wants to make a joke about it, people are like, oh, this is so much growth. Look how far you've come. Girl, she's been doing it for 3 or 4 years. She's been making these jokes for 3 or 4 years, okay? When more and more evidence comes out that she lied and she lied and she lied and she lied about these lipsticks, she's continuing to make jokes, okay? About lipsticks, when people evidently didn't even get their money returned to them. She's still making lipsticks off of it. Off a Chanel purse that she bought with what she made off these lipsticks. She's saying that she didn't get paid, she didn't make any money off these lipsticks. Maybe Forma Brands didn't make any money off these lipsticks. Maybe she didn't make a percentage of what her cut would have been off these lipsticks, but she got paid annually for being the face of Jaclyn Cosmetics that year. Oh, yes, she did, because that's in the paperwork. So she got paid when everybody else got screwed out of their lipsticks. What she's talking about is I didn't get paid is that it was a collaboration with Forma Brands and she was the face of cosmetics. So she probably was going to make 30 or 40% of those lipstick sales. So when they had to return that, I think that probably came out of Jaclyn Hill's portion, okay? I'm just speculating. I don't know. But having followed this close enough. But her not owning the brands is it's a profound part of this story. Because if she didn't own Jaclyn Cosmetics, then of course she's going to laugh about it. What she's laughing about is not the lipsticks, because they were never hers to begin with. They were Forma Brands. What she's laughing about or not laughing about is the shit she took for it and the hell that she went for online, which is why she says things like, I'll write a book one day or I'll come out with the truth, but she never does, okay? Well, if Jaclyn Hill took the fall for those lipsticks, and she couldn't come out and speak at that time because she had signed an NDA, I mean, she's a grown-ass woman. When people want to say, like, they feel sorry for Toddy Westbrook, but she was the one that made the James Charles video, I 100% agree with you. Toddy Westbrook got in that video, she decided to make that video, just like Jaclyn Hill decided to invest in Forma Brands. If that shit went out there, if my name was on something like that, and it went out there, I don't care who owned that company. I'd say before those go out to my audience that are buying my lipsticks, they better be 100%, okay? She didn't do that. So she had to take the fall for it, okay? And I think that's probably one of the things that's the most unspoken about, is that Forma Brands owned the lipstick thing, and Jaclyn took the fall for it. Even though it was really, in all honesty, Forma Brands owned the partnership. The way we know that is because when Forma Brands dissolved Jaclyn Cosmetics, they offered it to Jaclyn. First of all, Kevin James Bennett, okay, a renowned makeup artist that came out and spoke, he knows so much about the makeup industry, okay? He's not just a YouTube makeup person. He knows about the makeup industry and has for years and years and years. Came out and said that word on the street was Forma Brands was offering Jaclyn Hill to buy Jaclyn Cosmetics from them because they were going to close it down. I came out and said that at the end of last year, the last thing she would do was announce the closing of Jaclyn Cosmetics because I had saw it on, Kevin James Bennett posted on his Instagram, okay? Well, no less than 2 or 3 weeks later, she came out and she said, in her video, closing it down, it was the last video of 2023, that they basically, she said it in so many words that, you know, Jaclyn always pretties everything up and puts a bow around it, but basically what she said was, they offered for me to buy my brand back, but I'm not really that interested in makeup anymore. So no, I don't want to own a brand. That's important, okay? The closing of Forma has so much to do. The closing of the Forma closing Jaclyn Cosmetics has so much to do with her telling the narrative of the lipsticks and the joking about the lipsticks. It has such a huge part in it that when I was watching this video, what I thought was, why are you not talking about the closing of the brand? Because that's a huge part of this, okay? Because when you go into the comments underneath here of this TikTok, what's interesting, hold on a second, I just went to Instagram. When you go under here to the TikTok that Jaclyn posted, okay, and you read the comments, I mean, somebody under here, I'm just going to go down and pick some of them, okay? Somebody said, girl, it's been years and I still think it's too soon. And Jaclyn said, LMAO, it's lipstick girl, we have bigger problems in 2024. I agree with that. I agree we do have bigger problems in 2024. Somebody said, yes, ma'am, that's right. We really do, Jaclyn, we really do. But here's the thing, okay? So we have bigger problems in 2024, okay? So you can make a joke about the lipsticks when it benefits you. Now, one of the things that's important about this, okay, that I want to say, I think I took a screenshot of it so I don't have to go out of this. But when I looked at these things on here, Jaclyn Hill just came out recently and complained about how she doesn't feel like TikTok is pushing her in the algorithm, that she's not getting the views. You guys remember that? I covered that, okay? So let me read you these TikToks, okay? I'm going to go up in descending order. 274.8, 486.1, 520.2, 430.6, 544.8, 4.8 million, 314.5, 294.6, 199.3. Which one do you think got 4.8 million? Her making a joke about the lipsticks. So when Jaclyn Hill comes out and she makes fun of the lipsticks, okay, on her time, it benefits her. She got 4.8 million, okay? That's 4 to 5 times as, probably 8 times as many as she's getting on her other TikToks, all right? So she comes out and she does this TikTok. Hey, more power to her. But it's okay for you to make the joke, all right? And say, oh, they're just fucking lipsticks. But then turn around and do an Instagram story talking about how that was the toughest time of your life. Okay, you go back and forth. It would be better if you'd say, that was the toughest time of my life. Look, I can laugh at it now. The fact that I can turn my wounds into wisdom, which you didn't do because you never taught anybody anything about this. The lesson is not in laughing about it in retrospect. The lesson is not about the fact that people lost their money, that it was a health risk to other people, that you can laugh at it today. The lesson should be being a better human being and maybe a better businesswoman and maybe admitting that you weren't the boss-ass CEO that you thought you were. Okay, that accountability might show me some growth, but making a joke about your biggest scandal, that's not funny to me, okay? There's no growth there to me. That's like high school mentality, all right? It's like, let's just laugh at something, you know? And I'm big on let's laugh in life, right? But let's look at the lesson first. So when people are like, oh, like, she's grown so much, where's the growth? I'm confused about it. And somebody said, we really do, Jaclyn, we really do. Meaning we really do care about the lipsticks. Somebody said, no, I think she wasn't being serious with her comment. She was being serious with her comment. And somebody said, the girls that get it. The girls that don't. Okay, talking about the lipsticks, right? Somebody said, but can you just remake them because I didn't get to buy them? Jaclyn Hill hearted it, and she said, I will, babe. And I'm so confused by this comment because, Jaclyn, you have come out multiple times and said that you don't enjoy doing makeup anymore, that you don't want to own businesses. You just came out and said that last video. You said you don't want to own businesses anymore. It's why you didn't buy your own lipstick brand, okay? That you don't want to own Jaclyn Roxanne anymore. You don't want to own any businesses. You don't want to be a business owner. And you definitely didn't want to own a makeup brand because you just weren't that into makeup anymore. Isn't that why you didn't invest in your own brand that you still call your own brand, even though Forma owned it and we all know that? And we let you get away with saying it was your brand, even though you never owned it. So what lipsticks are you coming out with? With what brand, Delusional Jaclyn Hill? I'm confused about this, okay? Can somebody explain to me what lipsticks and where she's coming out with these? Is she starting a new brand? Why? She doesn't like makeup. That's why she didn't invest in her own brand. I'm confused about this, okay? I mean, this is so bizarre to me. Can we just remake them because I didn't get to buy them? And she's like, I will, babe. You'll what? Remake them? With who, girl? I thought you weren't into makeup. This is where Jaclyn Hill, she goes back and forth. It's like, it's okay when I joke about it, but it's not okay when you joke about it. If I want to make it serious, I'll make it serious, but you can't joke about it, okay? I don't like makeup unless I'm getting paid to like makeup, and then when I'm getting paid to do makeup, I'm going to do a sponsored TikTok or a sponsored video. I'm not going to do makeup unless I'm posting 30 links, non-disclosed affiliate links by the FTC, okay? Shouldn't disclose any of that. But I don't like makeup any other day, and then I'm going to come out and I don't like makeup. I don't own the brand anymore because I didn't want to do makeup anymore. I didn't invest in my own fucking brand that I swear that I own, even though we know you didn't own it, okay? You still call it your brand, your lipsticks to this day, when they were never your brand or your lipsticks, you're just the face of it, okay? I mean, it's like Isabella Rossellini from years ago getting on video and saying she owns fucking Maybelline. The hell you do? And nobody would think she did. I mean, give me a break, okay? And so it's ridiculous to me. I don't even know if it was Maybelline, but whatever Isabella Rossellini was the, you know, the spokesmodel for. Do you remember that? The spokesmodel. When is she coming out with these lipsticks? And so people go crazy in here. No freaking way. Say it like right now. I'll buy every color. She doesn't own a brand. When's she coming out with lipsticks? Is she doing a collaboration with Marlene Estelle and Makeup Geek, which is closed down? I don't think that's happening, okay? Screaming, but I love the ones I got, so please, yes, remake them. I stay hopeful you just remake everything because I'm running low. Are they confused that Jaclyn Cosmetics is closed down? The brand is gone. What are they even talking about here? Oh my goodness, oh my God, thank goodness, because I was trying to buy them anyway. Buy them from where? eBay? Because the business is closed down. Do not play with our emotions. No freaking way. Dreams do come true. I never got a chance to buy them, and one of them is so bad. You did? I did too, just so I could put them under a microscope like Robbie DeChristie. I need all your collections to come back. I really hope you are for real because I really wanted them. These people that swear they love Jaclyn Hill so much, they do not listen, okay? They do not read between the lines. And the lines say that Jaclyn Cosmetics is closed. So what collections is she coming out with? Is there a mystery box that's going to shut down the server again like her last mystery box? I mean, is that happening? Did I cover that? Or was there no drama channels covering drama back in the day? I mean, is that happening? She doesn't own Jaclyn Cosmetics. Where is she coming out with these lipsticks, girl? I'm confusion. Manny MUA. Jaclyn, I just audibly screamed. What a way for you to stay relevant on a 4.8. Yeah, Manny's like, I got to jump on that right now. We'll talk about that in the Foolish podcast. Somebody said this was iconic. What was iconic about it, girl? Manny commenting that? The way I just audibly screamed. Okay. Oh my God. Why don't y'all just go hang out with James Charles, okay? And just sit around while he, like, talks to people in his DMs. Why don't y'all just hang around with him for the day, you know? So people are on here. I'm down to the last smidge of mine, and I need you to relaunch Hair or No Hair. I don't care. Interesting. Because you know what's interesting about all these people that came out and say this? I mean, all these people are like, I don't care. I don't care about the hairs. I don't care about the glass. I don't care about the metals. I don't care that your lipsticks had fucking dildos and cheeseburgers in it. I don't care that your lipsticks, okay? I don't care that the lipsticks, you know, had the Titanic right through the middle of it. Girl, I'd have bought those lipsticks again. Let me just tell you this right now, okay? And this is fucking 100% fact. If Jaclyn Hill re-released these lipsticks and the same thing happened again that happened then, you think it wouldn't be Lipstick Gate 2.0 and all these people that are singing her praises wouldn't be the first person to be making TikToks and try to have a viral TikTok off of some fucking Titanic dildos sitting up in the middle of their lipstick? For shit they would. They'd sell out their fandom over Jaclyn Hill over a viral TikTok in a second, okay? And the only saving grace to Jaclyn Hill is that TikTok wasn't as big of a deal, or I don't even think it was around when Lipstick Gate happened. And she should be very thankful about that. Because if it was around, she'd have been canceled, left and right, okay? Because she wasn't an unbothered queen with that. She was scared shitless to get on video, you know, and talk about it. And I understand that, because she didn't know what to do. She's like, well, do I own it? Do I not own it? They're telling me that I own it, but I don't know. Do I own it? Do I not own it? I don't know. What am I supposed to do? So anyway, the literal example of it looks bad now, but can we laugh about it later? Love you, girl. Somebody said, I really wish I knew what this meant. Grissy, I guess they were right. They don't remember Lipstick Gate. The way I did not even care a little and used every tiny bit of mine while everyone else had a tantrum. Crying emoji. Well, everybody else had a tantrum because there was funky shit on the lipstick, okay? And I don't know about you, but let's just say if you're eating a tater tot, okay? And you put that tater tot underneath a microscope, okay? And it had cat turds and hairs and all kinds of shit that you weren't sure where it came from, not to mention metal shards and things like that, okay? And you didn't know where that was coming from. Would you put that tater tot up in your mouth? Because I'm telling you right now, Peter fucking Monn would not, okay? I would not be putting no tater tot in my mouth with a bunch of hairy, weirdo shit in it, okay? That I didn't know if it came from Puss Puss the Cat of Jaclyn Hill's or it came from some gloves. I don't know where it came from, okay? But she said on there that it was problems, okay? So to act like now, when Jaclyn Hill, she admitted herself it was problems. And she was never going to use that lab again. And she hired 6 scientists, and she was going to come out with the evidence of what those 6 scientists said. Still waiting for that evidence, okay? But she was going to come out with that evidence, girl, because she was never going to use that lab again, because that lab was fucked up. And now people are acting like they don't care. Girl, you better put a hairy tater tot in your mouth, okay? Because I would never be putting that makeup on my face. Somebody said, LMAO. Oh, you did not, girl. You were so funny, Jaclyn Hill. Okay. Okay, somebody said, okay, Jaclyn, stop. Only the OGs get it. A little icon. The fact that these are all her friends that are saying this. The way everyone would accept the hair for the product to return, hashtag hindsight. And she said, I'll take amazeballs with a head full of hair, thank you. It was real funny, wasn't it, Jaclyn, at that time? It was so funny, in fact, that you now, okay, are blaming all the problems of your life on the failed lipsticks. But it's okay for you to make a joke about it. But God forbid if one of us made a joke about it, you would lose your shit. You would lose your shit and say people were coming for you left and right, right? And that's why you have to leave all the internet, because people are so mean to you and blah, 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 whatever, over your brand coming out with funky shit to put on your face that you didn't even take responsibility for because you never even came out and said that you didn't even own it. It doesn't even make any sense to me. Somebody please, please, please do a Netflix documentary about this because I will watch it. I mean, there was also the glass and metal. Somebody said, thank you for this. And Jaclyn goes, I swear I'm going to write a book one day. Girl, could you? Can you? Can you? I mean, I know you can write notes app shits, but can you write a book? Hey, maybe you and Jeffree Star could go on a book tour together. You think? Because you remember when he wore your earrings from Jaclyn Roxanne one time, okay? So he could sell those earrings from you one time for Jaclyn Roxanne. You couldn't even keep that business going, okay? When Jeffree Star was at the top of his game then, trying to sell them that one earring. Oh, I love my Jaclyn Roxanne. Somebody said, about what? Somebody said a book. She responded to her. The original poster said, about what? Girl, I fucking live for that response. Amen. About what are you going to write a book about, girl? About, amen. Food stamps in the Mac counter. I mean, and the Woodhill Mall. That's another thing. Can we talk about that? About that. She used to go up and dream, okay, of being in the Ulta Safari, whatever, Safari, I almost called it. Wherever she said that there was never, that didn't even exist. It didn't even exist, girl. Give me a break. The amount of healing you've done to be able to post this, it's hilarious, but I'm not saying she hasn't healed, but I don't know that I think that this is consistent with healing. You know what I mean? Healing, LMAO, this is the very least she could do. She hasn't even owned up to the fact that it was her fault. She chose a crappy lab to make the lipsticks and then blamed everyone besides her ears. Yeah, there must be I agree. There must be an NDA, because if there wasn't, she would have come out and blamed Forma by now. Yeah, you can call it one mold tiny lipstick. Somebody said, y'all mad about lipstick like there aren't many bigger issues to twindle. This is, okay, so this is what fans always do. Like, they forget that, like, I'm a drama channel, okay? Or, like, people are commenting about this shit. And, like, I'm all of a sudden going to come on here and talk about, like, my channel is no longer a drama channel, it's a world issues channel, right? And so people that are, like, super fans of people, their go-to is, like, there's bigger shit going on in the world. That's why Jaclyn Hill, that's her come to, right? Yeah, well, we can all admit that there's bigger shit going on in the world, okay? But your shit was about the lipsticks. So we're going to talk about the lipsticks when it comes to you, Jaclyn Hill, okay? We're not going to talk about all the other world issues with you. We're going to talk about the lipsticks. And since you brought it about the lipsticks, now you brought us all into it, okay? So when people want to say there's bigger issues in the world, I 100% agree with that. But didn't nobody force Jaclyn Hill, okay, to make a TikTok about it, and then come out and criticize it, and then when her response says there's bigger issues in the world than lipsticks, and you shouldn't have fucking made a joke about it, girl. You should have made a TikTok about the bigger issues in the world, but you didn't, did you, girl? Okay, you didn't make an issue about bigger TikToks, you made an issue making fun of the lipsticks, and that's what we're responding to, okay? So don't circle to the next thing and act like we're all a bunch of fucking idiots. I cannot stand when super fans want to come over here and go, there's bigger issues. Oh no, that's a deflection tactic, okay? That's a deflection tactic off of what shitty thing they just did. Yes, 100% there's bigger things going on in the world. Go watch CNN. I think you should, okay? But right now, we're talking about Jaclyn Hill and the lipsticks, because this is a drama channel. And this is the comment section underneath there, okay? Girl, there are far more to be worried about than this day and age. Why are you watching a TikTok of Jaclyn Hill laughing about the lipsticks if there are bigger things going on? You should be watching those bigger things, don't you think then? Instead of commenting on a TikTok about this. She took accountability years ago and made a whole video of it. Did she though, girl? That one where she's pointing to receipts, papers, receipts, proof, timeline. I love when people take that and make it their own, like they came up with that and it wasn't, you know, Heather Gay from Salt Lake City. Ridiculous. Okay, people go on here and say, everyone got refunds and she made a whole video about it when it happened. Is that not taking accountability? Did she? Because on Chrissy's video, I didn't see that she did. And the mac and cheese drama, like we are being... What's the mac and cheese drama? Girl, that lab is still being worked by your favorite celebrities. Try advocating against them also. Okay, girl. I live for that comment. We might have to, look into that a little bit. Okay. Didn't she make an entire... all these people. These Jaclyn Hill apologists in here. Okay. Not me still owning and using these and never once finding a single hair. Well, there were a lot of people that didn't find hair. Okay, all jokes aside, I'm glad you've gotten yourself to a place you can laugh about this. So it's very, you know, there's 6 and 1/2 dozen now that are in there. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Christy, if you're watching this video, which I'm sure Christy has never watched a Peter Monn video in her entire life, okay? But girl, if you're watching this video, I was totally joking. Mad respect. I think you did a great job on that video. Yeah, and happy holidays to you all. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.